This is Tammy, and I'm with Mandy from Seek Heavenly Things, and I am part of the 12. I kind of want to just say a little bit, kind of a continuation to my testimony yesterday. I do want to give credit to my parents, even though there were ups and downs, but that's with a lot of families. I just want to get credit to them because even with the ups and downs, they still loved us, and they still did anything that we needed. I mean, especially talking of, let's say about me, my ups and downs with my drinking and stuff, especially in 2015, it was a huge roller coaster. They still allowed me to come back home, and they still took care of me until I healed. So I just wanted to give them credit because they were just still wonderful, wonderful parents who always loved their children, even with the ups and downs. And then with the wineskin process, you reflect back on things that happen, and then you try to heal from your anger and your bitterness towards certain situations. And looking back and trying to heal, I realized that they were hurting too. Especially with my sister passing, they were hurting too, especially my mom. So I just wanted to give them credit. Anyways, I just wanted to say that because I'm like, oh man, I didn't give my parents credit. Anyway, so this is part 54. This is this is posted on Mandy's page on 1/29/2026. Brand new part 54. God's physical calendar is 7/10. God's spiritual calendar is 12/10, and God's true Gregorian is 8/16. Notification. All right, here we go. So as I start allowing some of the major prophecies to fall that Mandy and Cassie and some of my 12 have prophesied, they and my 12 will go missing, and they will have already been called up to heaven as NASA gets ready and makes their first announcement on the world, which is going to bring deception on the world because NASA is going to say that they have broken into the firmament with a failed experiment of the Elon Musk space shuttle missions, and the rockets they are using has caused this opening in the firmament. But do not be fooled by their tactics, because I have already showed you that this was their plan all along, to crack into the firmament to find ether. But I've already told you that I have removed the ether. This was also their plan all along, because they're planning on blowing up Mercury and using that for part of their deception, making some of the people for catastrophic destruction. So CERN has been trying to open up the portal, and this is also why they're using these rockets to complete the mission. Not only to set up for the deception that I'm allowing to come on this world, and also to conquer the world with the first seal, and part of the deception to counteract the rapture allegations is when they blame the missing in the world being abducted by aliens. They will say there's an unidentified object now coming, and they don't know what it is. But it is a part of their plan and agenda, and it's also a way for them to implement new laws of climate change through fear-mongering, to control and to crash the money, making the dollar bill worthless, as well as conquer the world with the opening of the first seal without the bowl. It is fear-mongering, and they use that to control, and that is going to be the pre-start of the pre-show of the Great Tribulation when that first seal is finally broken. But before I allow the pre-Great Tribulation to start, the facade, not the real one, I will be preparing the world for my true plans and agenda, getting the world ready for the supernatural while my 12 are missing. And when NASA makes their announcement, people are going to start panicking and running to the store, and you will see looting and rioting starting in a major way, because people who are not following what is going on through these posts and are oblivious to social media and the news, they will think the world is ending, and they will react and start panicking, because social media and the news will start pumping the fear campaigns through their hidden agendas, working for the enemy, trying to crash everything down, while also releasing several pandemics, increasing the rumors of war, and watching everything start escalating with the pole shift. And what NASA is finding out through discovery, cracking into the firmament, it's not just going to be one thing. It's going to be a lot of things piling up, which is going to create panic all over the world. And all of the rumors will start escalating with more hype of the world is ending. So most of your social media campaigns and your preppers will start boasting their posts through fear-mongering, and end-time posters will be displayed throughout social media, lining up all the devil's false prophets that will be talking nothing but wrath, pumping a lot of fear through the outlets of social media. while also bringing confirmations through mainstream media to further the enemy's agenda. So here soon, NASA and mainstream media, they are going to explain how they have let something in our world, and there is going to be a crack in the firmament, which starts all the fear-mongering. Through CERN and the opening of the portals through the cracking of the firmament and all the speculations of extraterrestrial beings through many different speculations, broadcasted throughout the news media outlets, especially mainstream media, pushing the alien deception to make my people believe there is no rapture. So as all of this is compiling here through mainstream media and social media, you're going to see all of this escalate here soon as the hate for my 12 is increasing online. And if you have been following, you will see I have been showing you those plans for a long time leading up to this great deception. So they are going to say there is an unidentified object and is here approaching Earth, and it's going to look like an alien mothership. But because they are going to use that excuse to explain the missing that I take during the chaos before the pre-simulated rapture, so they are setting all of this up because they know time is short when I make my big call on the world and sound the alarm with my prophets. I am just waiting on a few videos to make headway, and then you're really going to see the hate increasing. So when you start to see these major prophecies fall and the White House does a briefing with NASA, you will notice my 12, they're not responding, and that they all have gone missing. All of the ones who are currently my 12 now with the highest spiritual rankings, and that is because they are getting ready to broadcast to the whole world from heaven. All of these parts and messages with new messages and writings, they will all be speaking. And all of you will need to know and realize that they have been called up to heaven, and that is truly when they are all about to get online and start speaking all these parts on video to give all of you a chance to believe. And as the hate is continuing to rise and starts increasing online based on the Lori and Chad Daybell remarks, comparing the supposedly doomsday killers cult to my 12. That's crazy. And I say supposedly for a reason, and you will see why, and you will soon see why, because all of this I'm allowing to go down as part of my plan to show my people how judgmental their hearts are. I am separating the wheat from the tares, and you're going to see how many of you have judged not only my 12, but also Lori and Chad for following my will. And you're going to see that they are innocent, and they were never behind any murder or any of the charges that they are being allegedly accused of. Just like you're going to see that I have been guiding my 12, and they are not a cult. And you, well, most of you have wrongly accused them, just like you have wrongly accused Lori and Chad. You are also going to see that the kids are alive, and all of this was a setup by the elite through payoffs. And when I finally allow that information to be released, the people who have received the payoffs, they will be caught, and all the charges will be dropped against Lori and Chad. And you will see the entire conspiracy from the beginning to the end, and how everything was set up by the elite will all just crumble down. And once this information is leaked, you will see how many people were involved to stop Chad from putting out my heavenly mysteries. And when the children are no longer in a state to be threatened, I will bring them back to this world, because I have used the supernatural and I have taken them to other worlds that I have hidden from the elite and put them in another world to keep them safe. So the forensics, when the real forensics get released, you're going to see it was never those children at all. It was something that was planted by the elite through payoffs to display false information to make Lori and Chad look guilty. It was the enemy's plan all along to just shut them down, to stop speaking my truth, and I allowed it, just so I could test the world. And yes, before you mock this, children, there are other worlds and multiple parallel universes, and you will see that mystery unfold here soon, especially as I foreshadow the ending in the beginning of the veil being removed, of the physical and the spiritual colliding together before I turn the dial back. Stick around for part 55. Love y'all.